Alam mo yung saying, forget that. Ay, hindi naman importante yan. Ay, GGSS naman siya masyado. Who's got time to exercise? I have better things to do. I have a life. Yun yung sour graping. And I'll explain sour graping to you in a bit. Hi guys, my name is Jose Villablanca, the founder and CEO of HoliFit. I have my own billboard, lagi ko sinusuot. I'm also an author. I wrote my book, right? You should get one. Kasi paulit-ulit mga sinasabi ko sa clients ko, so I decided to make it into a book. And this was during the pandemic, before AI, by the way. And today I want to share a few things with you guys about sour graping. Um, yes, may katotohanan sa mga sinasabi ng tao, but it's not the complete truth. It's parang sinasabi nila yung excuses nila, which turns into sour graping, kaya hindi lang achieve yung goals nila. So with that said, let's get into this sour graping. These are called sour grapes, or the phrase sour grapes come from an old fable where a fox couldn't reach a bunch of grapes and decided they must be sour. Anyway, in fitness, body image, and diet, this translates to belittling or dismissing something you can't or won't achieve, often to save face or reduce discomfort. So explain ko lang sa inyo what sour graping is and mga signs or common words na ginagamit ng tao so that you can see na ganun ka rin pala and you can stop yourself from doing that. Because if you sour grape, ibig sabihin nun, you're maybe making excuses and preventing yourself from achieving your goals. So, listen carefully. So fitness and exercise, ito yung mga comments, often dismiss effort or results of others. Una-una, they'll say something like, they're clearly obsessed or have no life outside the gym. Dismissing the dedication required for fitness. So, ang dami ng panahon, dami ng mag-exercise. Or kunwari, sabihin nila, muscle is too bulky. I prefer softer, more natural look. So, ay, bulky masyado. Gusto kong natural lang. This is disdain for a body type they may secretly desire or find hard to achieve. So, hirap. So, sabihin nila na, ay, mas gusto ko natural. Diba? Sour graping. Ay, hindi ko naman abot yung sour grapes. Or long workouts are waste of time. I want to enjoy my life. This devaluing the commitment to regular, intense exercise. So, parang, ay, dami lang oras mag-exercise. Mas gusto mag-enjoy sa buhay. Or correct, I tried this class once. It's a full of people who take themselves too seriously. Ay, na-try ko na yung workout na to. Seryoso masyado mga tao dun. This justifies why they don't participate or stick with a certain fitness activity. So, kunwari, ayaw mo ng spinning, ayaw mo ng CrossFit, ayaw mo ganito. Ay, sobrang hirap. Ay, hindi mo bait mga tao. Ay, hindi naman ganun ka-importante. Gets? Okay, body image naman and appearance. These often directed at those with a physique considered desirable or hard-earned. So pag-usapan natin yan. Sabihin nila, they look good but they must be miserable, starving themselves. Ganda nila pero payat nila pero mukhang laging gutom, parang dinideprive na ng sarili nila. This is assuming a restrictive, unhappy lifestyle to undermine the perceived attractiveness. Or, kung sabihin nila, it's all good lighting, angles, Photoshop anyway. Puro Photoshop naman yan. Nobody really looks that good. So, this dismisses effort by attributing the results to trickery or luck. Puro Photoshop lang yan. Next would be being too thin or muscular isn't healthy. You need some fat and balance. Well, obviously there is a subjective way of doing that. Pero what is skinny? What is too muscular, diba? So dapat alam mo ang tama talaga dyan. Ano yung disciplined na healthy pa rin. Pero sabihin na kung fit na fit, hindi healthy daw. Dapat may taba. I don't think so. I could get that body if I wanted to. Yun, ito lagi na narinig. But I've got more important things to focus on. So this implies the goal is trivial or beneath them. So kunwari, sabihin na, ay, kaya ko naman yan kung gusto kong gawin eh. Pero mas marami yung mga importante kailangan gawin. So yun, lack of diet or healthy eating. These statements rationalize poor eating habits or criticize those who are disciplined with their food. So, sabihin nila na kulang ka sa kain or sobrang disiplinado. And let's talk about these sour graping phrases. Life's too short to count calories or not to eat what you want. Ay, sobrang hate ko yun. Huwag mo na bilangin calories mo. Kainin mo lang yung gusto mo. This dismisses a consistent diet plan as joyless or overly restrictive. Sobrang restrictive, di ba? Ito naman, clean eating is just a fad. My body needs variety. Uy, nako. So parang yung sinasabi niya is, parang sobra naman yung pagka healthy diet mo. Kailangan may variety. Totoo naman, kailangan variety, pero dapat healthy variety pa rin. To. Third is, people who follow strict diets are boring at parties and dinners. Socially isolating the voice to eat healthy, making it seem antisocial. Not true. All right. Next would be genetic lottery. They can eat whatever they want and not gain weight. So, parang sinasabi nila na sa genes mo, swerte mo, and yung genes nila, hindi nila magawa yun kasi ang pangat ng genes nila. So yun, parang, when I hear those things, parang sakit. Pero these people actually, they don't realize na these examples na binigay ko ngayon lang are ways of parang hindi na alam na they are start raping, yun nga. So they find flaws or negative consequences or moral superiority in the things they couldn't or wouldn't attain. So, ito naman, let's talk about success for entrepreneurship or startups. Yung mga, they talk about business and yun. These comments belittle the success of others to diminish their own regret about not taking a risk. Kasi remember, walang risk, walang reward, diba? So, ito yung first star grading. They just got lucky. It was all about right place, right time. Dismissing the years of hard work, sleepless nights, or skill involved and attributing success to random chance. So, parang sinabi nila, ay, swerte lang sila, right place, right time lang yan, pero kung nandun din ako, ganun din mangyari sa akin. I don't think so. Next, they had money connections to start with, so it doesn't really count. This ignores this ignores the effort that is required and claiming the grapes were handed to them, not earned. So parang, ay, may connections naman sila, ay, may pera naman sila. Sour grape. Their business isn't a real product or service. It's just a fad or bubble. Ay, hindi naman totoo yung business nila. Scam lang yan. Mga ganon, right? So this devalues the business model itself because it's innovative, successful, or a field they don't understand or couldn't break into. The next phrase would be, he must be miserable working those hours, running that huge company. I'd rather have my freedom. Mukha naman siyang hindi masaya. Mukha naman siyang slave siya sa trabaho niya. Parang ganun, right? Mas gusto ko may sarili akong time. So this creates a trade-off where success must come at the cost of happiness or work-life balance, therefore making their own less ambitious life seem superior kesa yung successful na tao na yan. Justifying a lack of career risk or stagnation. These phrases rationalize staying in a comfortable, established position rather than pursuing an entrepreneurial path. So, ito yung mga common phrases na sinasabi ng mga tao. I tried the whole side hustle thing. It's a waste of time and energy. Ay, na-try ko naman yung side hustle na yun. Parang hassle lang, sayang sa oras. Parang they're trying to justify their half-hearted attempt. So parang wag na lang. Another would be, being an entrepreneur is too stressful or risky. I value my steady paycheck and benefits. True, pero star graping pa rin siya. Focusing on exclusively on the negatives of entrepreneurship, pero hindi naman niya-highlight yung positive, just to justify avoiding the challenge and potential reward. The next would be, I don't want to become one of those cold, ruthless CEOs. Ayaw maging kagaya na, walang puso yun. It's assigning negative moral qualities to high ambition to feel ethically superior in their current position. The next would be about explaining personal business failures. Ito yung mga excuses that shift the blame away from poor strategy or lack of effort onto external factors. So yung nasa labas, hindi sa kanila. First example be, the market wasn't ready for my idea. Ay, hindi ready mga tao dito. Medyo advanced ako. This is suggesting the product or service was too brilliant, sobrang galing for the public, for the people, rather than admitting a lack of market research or poor execution. Next would be, it was all the investors' fault. The bank shut me down. Parang, na-blame yung investors, yung bank, whatever. This is focusing on a lack of funding or external interference, hindi sa kanila, right? Instead of addressing yung mga flaws nila sa negosyo, yung financial planning or financial mismanagement. Next would be the industry is completely rigged. It's all about who you know. Sino ba mga kilala mo? Ang dami lang kilala. Connected sila. Conglomerate, whatever it may be. Dynasty, political dynasty, whatever, diba? So, they attribute it to, yun nga, wala silang connection. And dahil sila successful kasi marami silang connection. So in essence, in the words of Full of Business, sour grapes is a defense mechanism that allows an individual to believe the things they didn't get, the successful exit, or kung the massive, yung malaking crowdfunding, or yung coveted corner office na gusto nila were not actually desirable in the first place, thus protecting their ego and yung disappointment nila kasi hindi lang na-achieve yon. Sabihin na, hindi naman ganun ka-importante. Yun, sour graping sa negosyo, sa pagiging negosyante. Alright guys, so I hope you learned a few things. Totoo naman talaga, there's some truth to the sour graping, but there's also a lot of lies of sour graping na yon. So take it with a grain of salt. Yes, it could be really true, but if you want true 100% success, you won't lean into the excuses. Hindi ka mag-rely sa excuses. And you're just gonna, yes, may mga talaga, may positive, may negative. Hayaan mo na lang yan, but just focus on the positive and understand the negative is part of the growing process. Tuloy mo lang yan. Alright, so listen to whenever you have excuses. Are you actually sour graping? And if you are, write them down and sabihin mo sa sarili mo, totoo ba talaga to? What can I do to make improvements? How can I reach those grapes? Baka hindi talaga siya sour. Right? I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions or topics you want me to discuss, let me know. Please subscribe, like, and comment. It will help the algorithm and it'll give me more motivation to put out great content like these. I hope it's great.